Hi there and welcome back to Public Speaking. My name is Fran and this is finally the final chapter. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks you can use to become a better public speaker. First, let's talk about the things you should never do in your public speech. Jerry Wiseman wrote about 5 cardinal sins, but when you're using metaphors, use them right so people can connect to them and understand them in their own experience. So let's talk about 7 mortal sins. The first one is that your speech has no purpose. You have no idea why you're there in front of the audience and what you want to achieve. The second one, that there is no value for the public, no benefit for the public. So they're listening to you, they're watching your presentation, but they will get out as empty as they got in. The third one is there is no logical flow of the things you want to tell them. So they will not understand the key message if you jump from one point to the other one without conclusions and without any order. The fourth one is too many details. You can actually imagine an engineer giving a presentation to non-engineering audience and just burdening them with too many details, how actually something functions. The fifth one is that you go too long, that your presentation is too long. We people have a very short span of attention, and there's a limited number of information we can grasp and we can take and we can process. The sixth one is boredom. Don't bore your people. They will never forgive you for it. Use the pictures, use the emotions, use the metaphors, use the variations in your tone. And of course, the seventh one is that you did not establish connection with your audience, that you did not bond with them. Let's now talk about the visual aids. And it doesn't matter if it's PowerPoint or Prezi or Keynote or just some blackboard behind you. We use visual aids because most of the people are visual types and they need to see the information in front of them so they can better understand it and take it. If you're talking about the same text that you put on the board, that is, let's say you put in your slides, then the people will have to make the decision who to listen, either you or themselves while they're reaching and reading from the board. In your presentation, there's only one boss, and that's you. Visual aids are good servant, but very poor master. And that's why you always have to be the one they're looking at and listening at. So how do we do it? We never read from our slides because it's so rude. If you decide to read from your slides, then the same you could do is just email them your presentation and then people could read it at home and don't waste their money and energy to come to listen to you. You always look people in the audience. You know, we said that so many times. You don't look at your slides. You don't look up, you don't look down, and you don't look at your slides. Because when you're reading your slides, you're turning your back towards the audience. And it's not a problem that you're turning your back. The problem is that you're turning what's beneath your back. And that's, again, so rude. When you think about your slides, what you want to do, you have to understand that maxim that less is more. Slides have to be functional. So please use less animation. You use less pictures that have no purpose or some childish attempt like giving a snowman saying thank you and goodbye. Use more functionality, and as it says, the only thing you can have it more in your slides is the font of your text. When we speak about this, we also talk about what the reactions of the audience. How do we actually manage the reactions of the audience? There will always be some questions from the audience, hopefully, because it means that the audience is alive and interesting. And there will always be some objections. When people are giving you a question, then please deal with the most respect, because those people want to be here and maybe they have a valid question. When they're giving you some objections, 2 things are important. First is your posture and your self-confidence. The second one is, if the objection is actually a real one, then you take it and deal it. But if it's personal, then please allow that member of the audience your empathy and you listen to them and you take your questions. And if you want to answer them, please do. Just think about your timeline. You don't want to expend the time you have there, but show the people respect. Active listening. Listen to your audience active, show them respect, and then answer their questions. Now in the end, what I want to tell you, I want to just give you some final